We're introduced to this woman. She is a homemaker, which is awesome, and she has no other income other than the child and spousal support that she is set to receive by her ex-husband. And so there's no history of support from him to her. And so currently they've tabled an amount of money for her to receive on a monthly basis. And her goal is to keep the matrimonial home. So there's an existing mortgage. She needs to pay out her ex, I don't know, a couple $100,000, and she wants some funds for herself to complete, I think it's some landscaping. And she's having trouble getting an approval. The reason why she's having trouble getting an approval is for two reasons. A, she doesn't have a signed separation agreement yet. So a lot of people aren't able or willing to help her. And two, she only has spousal and child support as income. And that to a lot of banks is problematic. And the reason why it's problematic is because some banks think, hey, what happens if this guy or this girl or whoever will not pay her the child and spousal support? That is a risk to the bank. But there are some banks that are what I call divorce friendly. And so we were able to get her an approval with a bank, Charter Day Bank, based on the conditions of A, she hasn't received child and spousal support. It is assumed that she will be receiving X amount of dollars each and every month as per the unsigned separation agreement. There's, I think it's called the Memorandum of Understanding. And that she will be keeping the matrimonial home, taking over the mortgage, paying out her ex whatever he's owed, and she'll be taking some cash in hand to complete some landscaping. And so she was ecstatic. She was really just super happy that she was able to find a solution. Her goal was to always just keep the house and make sure that the kids stayed in the home and in the same school district, same circle of friends, same like ball team, same hockey team, so on and so forth. So that's really good it's really good for the kids. It's really good for her. And I actually believe it's also really good for the ex. And so it doesn't disrupt anything for the kids' day-to-day lives. So there were some challenges that were presented, but we were able to overcome those obstacles. And we actually took this one step further because it's common. During our discussion, we asked her, what's important to you? We always want to make sure that this is all about the client. So what's important to you? You want to finish, she wanted to complete some landscaping, which is great. Everyone wants nice landscaping. And we asked her, hey, what was your, how are things at home? Is this an amicable breakup? Is there anything that you want to change about a room in the house, or do you want to paint the house, or do you want to change the makeup of a room? Is there new furniture? Because we always want to make sure that they have enough, or they're taking out enough money when they're refinancing, or when they're separating, that there's enough funds to do certain repairs, especially the landscaping. And she said, you know what? There was a time that my ex-husband and I, we actually had a really bad argument. We actually had a really bad argument in this one room, and something broke. And every time she walks into that room, she has this recurring memory of that really terrible argument. And this, I don't know, I think it was like a vase or a plate or something broke. And she's like, I really want to paint this room. I really want to change some of the furniture. And and this will help me be able to walk into that room and not remember that horrific argument. And so this is where experience really matters when you're dealing with a mortgage broker that understands what people go through in this scenario. And so we said, yeah, no problem. Let's get a quote on painting that room, maybe getting a new chair or like a love seat, or it wasn't a big room, but just something. And honestly, I think she needed like an additional $3 or $4, not a ton of money, but like from her perspective, just think of all the wonderful things that happens now. right? She's able to enjoy her entire house. She no longer has that trauma of walking into that room, and she no longer has to relive those memories. And I thought that was awesome. And she was like really, really, really happy that we were able to have that conversation in order to get her not only what she wanted, but something that she wasn't expecting. And I think that's really awesome.